What's going on, guys? King Shrats here, back in the video on the channel, and today we got a nice little feast for you. I had to show you one of my favorite pizza places again. You guys were asking about it, so some of you didn't see one of the original mukbangs that I did, so I went back to my OG, one of my favorite spots, Pizza Mania, Garfield, New Jersey. I've been eating here for a very long time, so I had to get some odds and ends and some new stuff to try. We also have a fresh review for you guys, so we've got the 7-Eleven, I saw it said a 7-Eleven, I had to pick it up, Cinnamon Churro. The Go Yum series of 7 Select. If you've never tried the 7-Eleven's ice creams, you're sleeping on them. They're actually one of the better store brand ice creams that you'll find. So when I saw the Cinnamon Churro, I had to go ahead and scoop it up and try that once for the culture. You know what? Let's just get into the ice cream first. People want to see the ice cream, or if you don't, but I want to see the ice cream. So 7-Eleven Select, that is not a good start. If you're not familiar with the Cinnamon Churro, what it says here, cinnamon flavored ice cream with snickerdoodle dough, baked churro pieces, and caramel swirl. This is not a good sign from the beginning, I'm going to be honest. 7-Eleven usually actually has very good pints. If you've never had 7-Eleven s'mores, it's one of the best. It's been out for a while, so if you get your hands on it, go ahead and scoop it up. I'm telling you, you're sleeping on 7-Eleven. But let's do this. Not a good sign, though. See if we can get in here a little bit. Okay, not bad, not bad, not bad. Not bad, it's decent. It's a decent little chunk. Check it. Alright, so you see there's caramel swirl in there, snickerdoodle pieces. It looks pretty good if you ask me, but what this matters is it good? Is cinnamon ice cream? Yeah, so it's cinnamon flavored ice cream. It looks like plain vanilla. You can definitely smell it though, and I see a big piece of caramel. One more time. See that big piece of caramel hanging out on the side there? I have high hopes for this. I love churro flavored stuff. Don't let me down. What was that sound? You can see once I got in there, you can really see there's a lot of chunkage, a lot of cinnamon pieces. Cinnamon's actually pretty strong with it. Good amount of caramel. I'm definitely getting like a snickerdoodle cookie piece. More snickerdoodle. I'm not getting any churro though. Still, okay, there's a decent amount once you get in here. But I'm going to be honest, maybe because, you know, pints are kind of iffy. And it depends on the person and the pint that you get, I should say. Now, sometimes you don't get, some people, like my pint is really loaded and some people won't. But I'm definitely getting snickerdoodle pieces in a lot of them and a lot of caramel. But I'm not getting any churro. All right, one more time. I don't want to dig to the bottom because that's not a good sign. To me, pints should just be what they are, but. Oh, man. A little bit of a letdown. It does taste good, but when you call your ice cream cinnamon churro, it tastes more like cinnamon snickerdoodle. And that's just not bringing in the points for me. I'm getting snickerdoodle and caramel in every bite. But I have yet to find a piece of churro. It's very tasty. It is good. If you're a cinnamon fan, if you're a snickerdoodle fan, you'll love it. If you're expecting churros, I didn't get one though. So that's a little bit of a letdown, but I'm still gonna smash. Like, it's good. Look, I'm not a food snob, as some people like to say, but I wanted some churro and I didn't get it. I would have liked to see a big chunk of churro in there, I just didn't get it. But it's still good. It's still very good. It's just a little bit of a letdown. Cinnamon, yeah. No churro. So you be advised, you're not gonna get churro, you're gonna get other stuff. Be advised. Do I still recommend it? Yeah, but if you're looking for churro, buy a churro and put it in there, because it's not in there. But all in all, it's decent. It's decent, it's good, but it's not, but here's the pièce de résistance. This is what I'm here for, this is what I wanna see. We do half and half. That's one of my favorite ways to get pizzas. It allows you to try different combinations, but I went with one of my favorites, and something that's been recommended to me by a bunch of people, actually. So on this side, this is the Meatalicious. It's their version of the Meat Lover. I love Meat Lover's pizzas. One of my favorite things to get. Bacon, ham, sausage, meatballs, pepperoni. Ah, just saying it, I'm starting to salivate. You just can't go wrong. In my opinion, Meat Lover is one of my favorite pizza combinations ever. And it is so good. I'm trying to get You get that crunchy bacon and a little bit of that ham. Sliced meatball. You know what I'm saying? Just not good meatball. Brings it all in. The acid from the tomato and that salt and a little bit of the fat. You just can't go wrong. Ugh. I got a comment from somebody the other day that said I show my food to the camera too much. I love you, man. But we're doing it again. Get the pizza, man. I'm sorry. I can't help it. I feel like when I do mukbangs, I don't watch other people's for a reason. And when I do them, I feel like I'm having a conversation with you guys. I'm just chilling, having some food, and I'm like, yo, check my food out, bro. You gotta look at my food. You know what I'm saying? So that's just where I come from. And I understand that not everybody is, you know, some people like when people don't talk. And I get that. And I'm not like triggered by it or anything, but I kind of like to explain things because I do interact with you guys and I love it, you know. And I politely said, listen, man, I'm not for everybody, and I get it. You know, just keep it moving. You know, I get it. You know, not everybody's gonna enjoy that. Some people enjoy, you know, just kind of chewing, and I'm to each their own, you know. But I gotta be me, and I can't shut up. But with that being said, what a great piece of pizza. Do y'all eat the crust? I'm not really a crust person, I'm being honest. Usually I'll dip my crust in something and eat it. But with like regular crust, I'm not the biggest fan. It's just, I feel like I should save room for something a little more tasty. I'm weird. This is so good though. The meatballs themselves, if you took just one of these meats and made a pizza with it, good meatballs, good pepperoni, and that's what matters. The ingredients matter. That is to me what makes a great pizza. Yeah, there's ways to cook it to make it, but when you got good ingredients, it's just, it comes together so much better. And the pizza places in my area, there are so many of them. That's why it's hard to find bad pizza in my area, I'm just being honest. But this has always been a tried and true for me. And it never lets me down. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna leave the crust right here because I got so much to get through. And I want to show you guys. This is one that you guys have been recommending me for so long at different places. I figured I'd try it here. I went with the barbecue chicken. Every time I get a Domino's or a Pizza Hut mukbang, people were like, yo, get the barbecue base, you won't be wrong, you'll be wrong. Okay, so here's what we did. Mozzarella, barbecue bottom base, barbecue chicken on the top. I don't like red onions. I don't want red onions. I just the raw, you know what I mean? But there is a barbecue base to this. And nice breaded chicken, nice barbecue breaded chicken coming here. One time for the kill, one time for your mind. Feel me? Nice sweet barbecue sauce too. And as you can see, they don't skimp. It's got a little kick to it, actually. A little sweet and spicy. Oh, that is good. I can taste the barbecue sauce in the base. You can see it's loaded in mozzarella, I'm sorry. And if you're looking at the pizza down here, they don't skimp on the chicken. That's why I love this place. You see the amount of meat and toppings. I love toppings on my pizza, and they don't skimp, which is why it's one of my favorites. Every pizza mukbang you've seen me do, since the shakaroni one, which I believe is my first one, the reason I like the shakaroni is it's covered in pepperoni. This barbecue, oh man. Let me know in the comments if you were the one who recommended me do barbecue base. That's dope. I'm not gonna lie, it's a change up. And with the acid on this side, this one's a much sweeter one, so I can see myself just going back and forth between the two. Sweet slice. Salty, sweet. Acid, sweet. A little heat. This is a goat combo. I didn't do this on purpose, but y'all some real ones for figuring it out. There's a piece of cheesesteak on here. Let me get to that in a second though. Oh. No. Understand? And the nice char on the crust. That's what we're looking for. Nothing beats it. I'm sure you guys have favorite local spots where you're from, but I feel very fortunate to live in an area where there's just so much good pizza. I could do a different pizzeria every day. I might be coming. And show you something new, something different they do. Classic thin, hand-tossed, thick crust, pan pizza, Sicilian pizza, you get it. Just go there. Diet Coke today. I'm on a diet. I did eat 11,000 calories yesterday, and I don't eat the day before, so I feel good. Long exercise this morning. I gotta show you guys this. Check this out. This right here. Let me get a cheese pull. This is the Pizza Mania Steak Supreme sandwich. Look at this. Nice melted mozzarella on the top. Cheesesteak on the bottom. Mozzarella melted, like I said. Pepperoni, peppers, mushrooms, onions, and marinara sauce in a cheesesteak. I've actually never had this before, but I don't know why I never saw this on the menu. Just get that bite, bro. Look at this. Oh, man. This is going to be serious. Did I just make that sound? Sometimes it's just, you know, it's a what a time to be alive moment. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. God. Oh my goodness. First of all, the cheesesteak itself, sirloin, I can tell. It's not really fatty like a ribeye is. Getting a mushroom. You don't like mushrooms look the way I do. The peppers, the marinara, that acid cutting into that fat, with that nice mozzarella on the top, and then you get that pepperoni bite in the top. Oh, man. I could probably eat like 10 feet of this. Just look at it. Just look. Just look. What are we saying? That's unreal. It's like a supreme pizza cheesesteak. Wow. And I don't skimp so much meat. Oh, man. I'm sorry. I said I'd talk more and I don't talk at all. Sometimes you don't know words. And I keep getting those mushrooms in there. Such a juicy steak. Look at the juice, man. It's just, oh my god, this is really, really good. And then you see pepperoni pieces. That really just adds that extra little But you can see how juicy it is because it's dripping on my hand. That is not a complaint. Also, good bakery fresh bread that holds up. You need good bread to hold up a good cheesesteak. If the bread stinks on a cheesesteak, cheesesteak's no good. Immediately. Go somewhere else. If you pick your cheesesteak up and the meat falls out the bottom, then you do it right. And it has nothing to do with the fat content. It has to do with that good bread. And that's why people need to understand that body to that bread. And if you noticed, I wouldn't even think of putting ranch or condiments on any of this stuff. This is different. Don't ruin it. You don't need it with this stuff. When you go to the franchise joints, yeah. With this, Get that pepperoni right there, right there. You see it now. Oh my goodness. You don't need it. Also got a couple of wings. Again, food's not all mine, so I stole some wings. Breaded wings. Unspiced wings. Because I'm doing a spicy challenge tomorrow, so I'm doing no spicy stuff at all today. Probably use the ice cream for that, actually. I think I ripped a piece of skin. Look at somebody bit my wing. No, I hope nobody bit this thing. We eat it anyway. There's not any spice to it. Still good seasoned breading though. Reminds me of a little piece of fried chicken. I still prefer the buffalo, but they wanted unspiced, and I wasn't gonna fight because I have to have something really spicy tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. Tasty though. And this, I feel like I should wipe my hands off, but I don't have any. I'm sorry. Yeah, you know I don't like messes. I try to be very neat when I eat, so. And even if you watch my eating challenges where I'm doing something for time, I'm constantly wiping the table off. And then I place all my food down. There's just a bag over here, so I don't have to clean it up. I'm a little bit OCD. I can't lie about that. But I gotta show you this right here. Now what is that? Most people are not gonna be familiar with this. This is a soup. Now what we call it here in North Jersey is pasta fazool. I believe the proper name, I'm gonna butcher it because we never say it, is like pasta fagioli. It means pasta with beans, so it's a tomato-based soup. I know it sounds crazy, just bear with me, it's so good. And I know that theirs is gonna be good. But they use olive oil, obviously a tomato base, garlic, and then you have cannellini beans, and then usually a smaller noodle like these. I'm gonna spill soup all over Canada. I'm not even in Canada. And then there's some like a little bit of cheese sometimes on the top, like some Parmesan they throw on the top. But it is just so good. If you ever have a chance to try pasta fazool or fagioli, it is one of those things like I'm team. It's what people make when they need cheap ingredients and they need to make something that's delicious. So it's kind of like what I believe it came from like Neapolitan. I have to. I was gonna say Napolitan, Neapolitan. That area, so Napoli, that area in Italy, and now this is not derogatory, but what they refer to food like this, even in like, you know, like peasant food, like you make, you know, I'm used to that. I grew up poor and that, like a lot of soul food came from that kind of stuff. So when you make things that people would necessarily consider inexpensive into a delicious like dish, and you get pasta fazool. I grew up in a predominantly Italian neighborhood. I've been eating pasta fazool for a long time. I just need to shut up because I swear to you, I'm starting to drool. Oh, that is so good. You have no idea. Tomatoes, those cannellini beans are so creamy. And that pasta, now there's no meat in this whatsoever, but it's just hearty. And it is just comfort food. I don't know if you can get your hand on it. If you're around Italian neighborhood, you can get pasta fazool. I'm telling you, I can't even compare it to anything that I was. My grandmother used to make like a navy bean soup, and it reminds me of that, but with more of a tomato base. And it was very hearty. We would eat it over rice, usually with fried chicken, and it reminds me a lot of this Italian dish, to tell you the truth. My grandmother was not Italian; she was black, clearly. But that same creaminess, it's so good. I'm gonna monster hoover this thing. It's unreal. And I know the owner of Pizza Mania personally. He's from Italy, you know, so he knows his Italian food, and he takes pride in his craft and his pizza. That's why I have such a respect for him. You know, we get along well. A little bit of onion in there. I'm telling you, I'm probably gonna piss some people off right now, but I'm gonna take this meatball. I'm gonna throw that right on the top. I'm sorry. Oh yeah. I just ruined it for half of you. There's Italian people watching this. You're not supposed to do that, but I'll give you a quick story. When I was a kid, some of you have met throughout my original and Instagram content, YouTube. Some of the stuff he's been on. My best friend is Sicilian. I grew up, like I said, around a lot of Italian people, so that's why you hear me saying things like mozzarella, gabagool, pasta fazool. That's kind of like the Italian-American pronunciation of the way that they say things. So anyway, went to his house as a kid, ate dinner with his family. A lot of Italians will get mad when you butcher their traditions, things that they do. But in this case, they made steak, and I'm laughing already because it's. I'll never forget this. As a kid, we never really had steak in my house because we didn't have a lot of money. So steak is expensive. We never ate it. So I didn't really know how to eat a steak until I got to my teenage years. So when we went there, his mom made steak for all of us. So I had a steak, and I asked her for ketchup. She didn't say anything. She's a sweetheart of a woman. His dad's very opinionated, kind of like my dad. But so she gives me the ketchup, and I'm sitting there with the old glass bottles. It's the 90s. The plastic bottles weren't really around yet. So I had the Heinz bottle, and I'm on the ketchup, and I got a pile of ketchup in here, and I'm taking a steak, and it's delicious. Steak was perfectly cooked. It was so good. It was one of the first steaks I ever had. No jokes. I had just come from the hood. Like we didn't really just get steak like that. So I'm eating a steak, and all I see out of the corner of my eye is his dad. His dad had glasses, and in the glasses he had them tilted down like this, because that's how he would look at you, like this. And he's looking at me, and I'm not paying attention, but I'm sitting there, steak. And I look up. I see him out of the corner of my eye. he's debating whether he wants to say something or not. And we still talk about this till this day. No joke. 20 some odd years later. And he looks at me and he goes, look, I don't know what you do at your house, but, you're not supposed to put ketchup on a steak. And he stared at me the whole time while I'm doing it. And the mom's going, just let him eat the steak. I was embarrassed. I'd never put ketchup on a steak again after that. So anytime that I have Italian food and I do something I'm not supposed to, I start apologizing immediately. That's why when I put the meatball in pasta fazool is usually not meat. Like, just not. You don't do that. So it just made me think of that. But, funny times, we still talk about that story. Anytime I go over there, I will like jokingly ask for ketchup, but I never use it. But yeah, that's my story, man. All in all though, this pizza was unbelievably good. If you're gonna do a combo, half and half, most pizzerias will, get something like salty, meaty on one side. If you don't eat meat, you can just do a regular OG slice and then do like a barbecue base on the other. They'll do it for you. It is just like the combo between the two is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to tell everybody out there to do the same thing. This cheesesteak is just like hands down, man. This thing is just lit, and I to me hard pressed for me not to eat that. To be honest, I'm not sharing that. The churro ice cream was a bit of a disappointment, just because there's not churro in it, but it still tasted good. There's a lot of caramel swirl in there, and a lot of snickerdoodle pieces. These wings, little pieces of fried chicken, can't go wrong. I still prefer buffalo. They're buffalo. They sauce on the inside, then they bread them, which I do like. Makes for a neater wing. And this pasta fazool, man, if you can get it, you know somebody, any of my Italian friends out there, if you got a nonna, I know you guys jar sauces. Look, jar me some soup, go ahead and send it, and we'll have a mukbang with that, because this, I've eaten half of it already. I was really in the mood for that. That was unreal. Pasta fazool. Say it again with me. Pasta fazool. Great meal, great vibes. Tomorrow we got a spicy challenge, so I'm gonna chill a little bit. And I got some more content, crazy content coming this week with the holidays coming. So there'll be some collabs at restaurants. I don't know how much in the kitchen I'm gonna be this week, so be forewarned. I will be telling stories throughout of these when I can, because I know people like that kind of stuff. So we'll try to combine the two as best as we can. But it's been your boy King Strats. It's been a crazy. I'm still reeling a little bit from yesterday, so I gotta chill. But I love you guys. We'll be back tomorrow. You know the deal. More content. I love you. I'm still gonna say it. The hand signs, they made it to YouTube. I'm on here though.